Welcome back to Arkansas Bigfoot, everybody. Glad to see all of you today. It's another sweltering hot day down here in the Sasquatch Sauna. It's miserable out here, but we got to take care of maintenance and get all of our weekly duties done. The dump trucks have been running up and down the road like crazy today, leaving piles of dirt and gravel, so I'm sure you'll hear them in the distance and banging on the sides of the truck beds when they dump. So that's what that noise is if it comes through. We thought we'd give you a little different view from down here. Normally I'm pointing stuff the other direction, and got some different things to talk about and share. We were invited by Wayne and Ricky over at Manimal Research to be on their podcast, and I didn't get on it quick enough to get notifications out to let everybody in on it. We were on there this past Monday the 13th, but fortunately we'll be on there again the 20th, is that right? Yeah, the 20th, Monday the 20th. And let's see, it's 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 Mountain Standard, and 6 o'clock Pacific. And if you're somewhere else, hopefully you know what time you're in. But if you want to come check out the podcast, I'll put a link in the description box, and I'm sure those guys will greatly appreciate you stopping by. Well, just as we knew, the sardine sandwiches wouldn't last a minute as soon as they found them. Everything was wiped out and gone. And we brought a little fresh sand down for that box and bucket, and we're going to see if they're going to cooperate and leave some of the mess in the bucket. We'll stick it back close to the tree before we leave this spot, but let's go ahead and fix that up. We've got some other goodies for them today.
Tortilla shells, Cheerios,
cheese puffs, a piece of cinnamon toast,
sandwich,
another sardine sandwich, only this time it's got tartar sauce instead of horseradish.
living it up,
popcorn,
apple, peanut butter.
And
what's in your bucket?
That is a bucket of stew.
Yes,
potatoes and carrots and celery, and
it's half frozen, so it should stay good.
Yeah, it should be good for a while because it was in the freezer.
Keeping an eye out. I keep seeing something moving over there.
Yeah, and we're going to show you something here in just a couple minutes. It's pretty cool. We've had a busy weekend. We did the video that I uploaded Monday of our new area over there, and we went ahead and stayed the rest of that afternoon into the evening. We were going to try to do a night video over there. We were sitting out and had the cameras and stuff all set up, brand new fresh battery, and I'm kind of OCD about keeping batteries charged and all the equipment right. And I had 180 minutes of runtime battery life on the camera. We set it all up and ran a few minutes and felt this great big huge energetic force just run up behind us. It
felt like a nice cold wind, and it just stopped directly behind us, and we both looked over our shoulder at the same exact second, expecting somebody to be standing there. It was that strong. Unfortunately, what's funny is we were complaining about the heat, and it was ice cold, and I felt like somebody was trying to offer us some relief, and it worked.
Yeah, we definitely got put into a cold spot real quick, but
the The battery wasn't fun.
Yeah, it wasn't 2 minutes after that, and the low battery notification popped up on the camera, and another minute later it flatlined. So 180 minutes of runtime, it just sucked the life completely out of it. So we were done trying to do the night video over there because it was the last battery I had.
So I guess we have to watch what we asked for.
We've got some of the old tricks we'll put back up here. I'm sure Junior's up there in the woods laughing at us like that's no big challenge.
Oh, I got some.
But going back to that night video, before that we had worked on a video for Rachel's channel, Into the Veil, and she had some new gadgets and equipment and different things that she wanted to try out, and we just thought it would be a good time to check it out, and got just some unbelievable interaction and conversation through the spirit box, and
nearly an hour of an EVP session. And at first we were kind of questioning who, what, but all of a sudden then the words that we use, jughead, knothead, we heard Rochelle, we heard Ken, I think we heard Anku a couple of times, and some other words that were very common to these people, and it became crashingly clear that we were communicating with them out there. And it was shocking. If I had had a clue, I promise you I would have had a better line of questions ready.
It just kind of came out of nowhere. We were just wanting to show how the equipment worked and thought it would be a short and sweet 10 or 15 minute video for her.
Normally you only get a few words with EVP, or maybe if you're lucky, three or four together.
But this character, he was ready to spill the beans. It was an hour, and it could have gone a lot longer, and he complete full sentences and responses, and just, it's crazy.
And while there are others, I would like to personally thank Sally, Jacqueline, Lily, several that are working as feverishly as I am on interpreting
trying to translate some
audio
of it.
And what we're finding, which does not surprise me with these people, sorry, I just heard limbs crash, is that there are certain layers to it. So whether there's more than one contributing, and maybe they have their own energetic layer to it, it seems like we're each getting something very similar but different in translation. So we're gonna get there, but we're not trying to rush through it and do a shoddy job of it either.
But once again, if you haven't seen it, I'll put that link in the description box as well. The channel is called Into the Veil, and that particular video is Bigfoot EVP session.
Awesome.
Amazing Bigfoot EVP session.
Yeah, and it was.
And it is amazing. You'll have to watch it and listen.
And if we can come up with a good way to translate, I think we'll be doing some more of that. Elsewise, I'll be dependent on channeling, but we'll get there. This one feels female. The voice on the app. Joe. Okay, you are Joe.
And that's mine. Joe.
On yours too. My goodness, I guess you've been waiting a long time to converse.
Now, one of the cool things we were playing with, and she's had this running for a few minutes now, and it's already picked up a few blips on the screen, but it works similar to a radar. It's an energetic radar. Doesn't matter if you're alive or not. If you're presenting an energy force, it'll show up on the screen. I think it goes out to about 75 or 80 yards from where we're at, or wherever we're standing at the time. And
I was standing here and had a massive blue.
Yeah, step over here in the shadows because the light glare on it will.
Sure does. Is that better? Oh, right behind. Right behind.
I've got to get the light just right because all they're seeing is sun glare.
I was watching this blurb and watching behind us at the same time.
Yeah.
That's up from the pond area.
And there it went. Now the blue
Now the
one's
blue
on
one's
in
in.
front of us at about 10 o'clock.
And inevitably, as soon as we start speaking of them, it's like a alarm clock or their own radar.
The brighter the blip on it, like red, is really strong, and then yellow is a little bit lighter, green is really faint, and I have not yet interpreted what the blue is, but we've had that several times.
We had a massive blue one here. It would be our 12 o'clock. And then I started seeing movement closer to his, it'd be like your 11 o'clock now. But that's also where we were picking up movement in Say Hello to Junior. So.
But it picks up moving energy, whether it's actually breathing and has a heartbeat or whether it's just an energetic signature. And the way that these things pop in and pop out kind of leads credence to our thought philosophy behind windows and door portals out here, because nothing can just appear and then disappear after a few steps like that without having something like that going on.
So I'm thinking we could see a blurb up here at the top and then see something back here closer behind us or to the side of us, and it could be that same energy, you know, using another access point, if you will, based on where they assimilate that we are.
We'll keep an eye on it as we walk out here today. Now,
that blue one came back. The blue one's up here. There's the green one directly behind us, which feels smaller. It could be one of the young ones.
One of the little ones. Now we've got just enough sunlight glare that most of them aren't going to be able to see anything.
There's
yellow out there now, right on the fringe, about 65, 70 yards
other
out.
Side of Skunk Butt Island, I guess.
Which would be right back in that direction where we got them on video that day.
And that's where we think they primarily hang out, especially in the heat. I feel like one's going to pop right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
The neat thing about this is we could watch it all day and they'll keep moving around in circles around us, which is what they do anyway. But all right, guys, we're going to make our way back to the other gifting tree and get it all fixed up, and we're going to run this radar app because it's showing us that they're all around us right now.
I don't know if you can see that. I had a 2 o'clock, I had a 3 o'clock, and I had a 5 o'clock.
We're going to sit back there for a little while and watch the grid and watch the woods and see if any of them come close enough to pick up for you.
Hello. Right here on the hill somewhere. Like, I'm feeling right by that set of trees in front of me. Oh, almost right on top of us. Hello. Okay. But this is what they do. They do it every time we come out. It's just kind of awe-inspiring.
Now we're more aware of it because we can actually see the spots on the grid. All right, we could stand right here all day and do this. Let's get the other tree done. And so the red, yellow, and green are stronger and weaker energetic impressions, and we're thinking the blue is when they're actually in a physical appearance.
Possibly. I'm trying to do a little research to get all this down. It's new. I might have bit off more than I could chew this week unexpectedly. Technology is a wonderful thing unless you don't know about it. And then you got to really work. Why does that look different?
But, you know, apparently it doesn't seem to bother or disturb them because they're showing up like crazy on it. So maybe that frequency that it's operating on isn't upsetting to them.
They've gotten a little bit used to us holding our little gadgets, and I think they don't like faces covered. Oddly enough, that's usually about the only part of them that you can clearly see.
so let's try a little game for the rest of the walk back there. I don't want you to tell me where you're seeing them on there. I just want to kind of feel it out for myself, and if I say I sense something, we'll see if it matches up to...
And you can zoom. Okay. Make sure your spidey senses are on.
Am I even close?
I had a 5 o'clock, a 9 o'clock.
Well, I went right to your 5 o'clock.
Yep. And poof. Boop. Now I have.
That's back there towards his little hideout.
It's funny because I almost feel like they're in physical form, and maybe this is picking up the strength or size of them, and then when they go invisible, that's when they've switched to their cloaked or sneaky stealth mode. I hear them.
I heard some crunching back over there too, so I'll tell you what, I think I would much rather be waist deep in snow than out here in almost 100-degree heat and humidity.
Yeah, it's tough. But if they gave us the cool breeze, I know now how they stay cool.
If they give us a cool breeze, the video is over because it'll suck the life out of the camera.
Just a little one. I don't need an Arctic blast.
I don't know, this radar app makes me feel like I'm in some kind of virtual reality game.
It's weird.
Shooting at asteroids or something.
Well, like I said, I'm really feeling like when we see the dot that it's physical, and when it disappears, it's kind of going into that more energetic being. With less mass. So maybe the color of the dot is the size.
That might be right, because some of them show up really strong and others are a faint signal.
And the reason I say that is because we've literally had them center, like right where we're standing, and then poof. So I don't know.
Saw some limbs move over there. Well, here, I'll hold the...
Thank you. Well, I must have collected some of those bags from somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah, there's one of the grain and molasses cakes. I'll leave that out here for them.
I'm looking for snakes and skinks.
Snakes, skinks, stinks, and all kinds of little creepy things.
Oh,
That was a moth.
okay, but it needed to wait. Oh, that just went.
You're kind of jumpy out here this afternoon.
This tree, we never know about. Okay, I see it.
But on that last video I posted, you were walking along in a wide open space and those thorn vines jumped right around and grabbed a hold of you. So.
No joke. I took that personally because I wasn't bothering anybody. I see a couple bags. I don't know where they brought all those other bags up from, somewhere that they've been sitting, I guess.
Maybe they were trying to do you a favor and collect them all up into one spot.
Hey.
They were scattered all over the place last time. Alright, so we've kind of found us a centralized spot down here on the outer edge of where Skunk Island and the Brushy Point come together. We're going to watch this grid for a minute and see if it picks anything up.
Come on. I think the most we had on there at one time was 3, which is plenty. We've had several dots, but we don't know if those are the same or different. I'm going to show. Maybe they are onto us.
We've got a pretty clear shot out to about 35 yards. A lot of small saplings that if anything moves through it, we ought to be able to see it all right if it's out in front of us here. Now they've all disappeared. They were all about it when we were putting the food in the trees.
Anybody.
Come on, guys, you out here today. Let's go.
Just move around a little.
Well, that didn't take them long to figure it out, did it?
Mm-mm. They're smart, I'm telling you.
7 o'clock behind us here.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
It's almost like he's right on top of us here.
One right behind us. Right behind us. Moving a little further out. Which would tell me that the portal or the spot is right behind us and they move back out.
Well, there's that big group of arches right there in that spot.
That's where they went in then. And No show-offs in the bunch. That's hard to believe. Guys are always showing off.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Come on, Lily. Jughead. Junior, I know you're out here. Oh, buggers.
They've already figured this deal out.
And they're not, like, when they were moving earlier, I feel like they got to their sitting spots and they're just hanging tight. No fish sandwiches? They are coy. Alright, well, I believe they've got their right spots for when we leave, you know, so they can...
I'm gonna put everything back in the bucket and take it home.
I heard an oh no. Don't do that.
There. There he is.
Oh, we love you guys. You're so much
Right
fun.
out there at 2 o'clock, about 60 yards out.
Come on, just a little movement, that's all. We're not asking for you to dance. Although you might be good at it. Where you at, Lily? Come on. Can you show me? Just show me. Just move a little tiny bit.
Well, in the words of one of my favorite cartoons as a kid, it's smarter than the average bear.
When I was asking Lily, I felt like she said, if I move, I'll lose my spot. Like she's in the right spot for the snacks.
Yeah, it took them 30 minutes to figure this game out.
It's so
All
funny.
right, guys, I think we're going to go find something cool to drink up at the house, and we will... Oh, where's he
Coming
at?
right in on us on be about your 5 o'clock. Oh, here comes another. Asking you shall receive. The other one would be about 2 o'clock. One here, one back here. So they're moving in a little bit. That dump truck needs an overhaul.
Yeah, that
One
dump,
right behind you, Ken.
dump truck needs dumped.
Like right behind you where the arches are.
I'm seeing.
Come on, babies. Thank you. I think sometimes it takes a minute for them energetically to get whatever we're asking, or
And we're out here in the dead heat of the afternoon asking them to move around.
it's kind of rude.
Yeah.
I feel just on the other side of that stump.
Alright, guys, it's iced tea and lemonade time. We will catch you down the trail. Thanks.